Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. I found something else that takes electric engines, and that is the rocket silo. And so I went ahead and set up a buffer chest there and reworked some of the engines so they will actually spit out to some chests. I hooked this up to the logistic network so that these inserters are going to be disabled if we have 200. We do now, so all of those aren't going to be pulled out into those chests anymore. And I made a little mistake here. Not a mistake, an oversight, in that I did not hook up the sulfuric acid to these additional machines. That is fixed now. We are now getting all of our blue circuits. So we're getting close. We need satellites, and we need rocket fuel. Rocket fuel just requires solid fuel. We have solid fuel right here. We have space right here. So let's go ahead and roll the intro, and let's get these things done. All right, rocket fuel should be very straightforward. We'll just have a line coming in. And boom, 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 do. Another line coming in here. Line coming out. And you are going to make a rocket fuel, as are you and you. We'll get some inserters. And some power poles. And that should be good. And we'll get some machines. I don't know how many we need. We did, what, 10 for these? Let's go a little bit more because we're a little bit behind with rocket fuel, and rocket fuel is used for the satellite as well. All right, so there's our solid fuel line. It's going to come down here. And this is really the only thing solid fuel is going to be used for. So I think instead of doing two pulls off of the bus, we can just send this straight across like that and split it right here instead. And take it down like that. All right, and that will get rocket fuel going. I was going to move some of this. And let's see, do we have recyclers for these? No, we don't. Let's do that. Do we have it for low-density structures? No, we don't. All right. This is also not in logistic range. This is going to be control units. Just put like 100 in there. That should be fine. Are you in logistics range? You are. It's just you that is not. But now you are. All right, and that was low density structures. All right, and the reason I was getting recyclers for these is I want to move these guys. I want to move these guys out. Alt-D? Yeah, there we go. Stone's going to end there. Do we need steel down for any reason? We need it for the rocket silo, but we don't need it for anything else. So steel, I believe you can just end right there. All right, concentrate. What were we doing? Yeah, I was going to move these guys to the middle bus lanes. Since they're not really being used for anything, it makes sense to me at this point in time to use these middle lanes for something prominent. Like, and I discovered something that, so if, with the faster place, if I start up here and run down with it, it doesn't overwrite the undergrounds. However, if I start on an underground and take it down, it does. So, that, you can still get it, but it's based on the one that you start on. Again, if I start on a regular belt and run down, it doesn't override it. But if I start on the belt, or on the underground, it does. That's pretty cool. I'm in 100% agreement with that implementation. I think that makes total sense. All right, let's take the low density structures all the way out. Which is the low density structure line that we need? It's right there. All right, so we need to split those off there. That goes up, and that goes there, and this can continue all the way down. Okay, and the next one is going to be our control units. That will take the next spot on the bus here. And then the last spot on the bus is going to be our rocket fuel. All right, and stone ends there. Let's go ahead and get rid of that too. Let's see, gears, robot frames. We definitely don't need robot frames down here. That can go straight in. And gears. Let's see, plastic, you're done. And gears, you're done. You're done right there. Plastic is, okay, no, that's low density structures. That is going to be the last plastic place. All right, we can always extend those lines should we need them, but yeah, just trimming those off is making me very happy right now from an organizational sense. All right, we'll just leave it at that right now. Okay, so we got our rocket fuel being made right now. We have all this stuff, everything we need. Okay, we need satellites. That's what we need. Processing units, low density structures, everything but the radar. I think one of the reasons I took this line out right here was to fit the solar panels on it, but that's not going to work because that is coal. Well, we can use the middle line because it's going to be open, like a very, very long ways down. So let's do that. We've got a problem here in that this needs to actually go out onto a belt now. Let's put a stack inserter. And we'll do just a regular chest here. That'll be a buffer chest that will request solar panels and accumulators. Okay. And then we're going to need... Let's just do stacks. Oh, can't do stacks there, because we have 2 items in the chest. We'll do stack filter inserters. And let's see, you'll be accumulators, you'll be solar panels. Actually, now that I think about it, it would make more sense for them to be on the opposite sides. Because if we ever get rid of that buffer chest, no, that's accumulators. That's the way they're going to end up if we ever direct insert it onto the belt. All right, so you guys come on down. And let's see. We want to move this to... what's on this line? Robot frames. Blue circuits. That'll block. Okay, I'm gonna do something a little tricky here. Okay, we'll take it down this line. No. No. Not that line. Is that gonna mess something up? Probably. I got gears on the other side of the belt there. Alright, there we go. And inventory full. How far are we away from the mall? We're pretty close. Oh, I had a lot of stuff. Okay, let's try that again. We don't want this row. We want the blue circuit row. Okay, and that will go to right there, and then we're going to sneak it across over to this row now that the coal is off of it. And this will go the rest of the way down. Oh. It won't go that far, eh? Gotta do red where you gotta do red, right? And I don't think that'll be too goofy. I mean, there's probably enough criticism for me actually bussing these things. But for things out there that you don't mind having a huge buffer of, that is both solar panels and accumulators. Especially when you decide on a whim to convert over to solar power, and you don't have a bajillion of those, which you actually need. Speaking of things that we need, got some power. Great. You guys chewing up your stuff. All right, we're starting to get a little bit of a deficiency with green circuits. Not sure the cause of that. It's an iron thing. All right. Let's do that from here. Boom, 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 boom. Just turn those into full red belts. And, what's going on down here? Oh, yeah, we may still want to expand that. So we can leave that. All right, and running low on red circuits. That is due to plastic manufacturing. Okay, we're finally getting to the point where this setup is not working for us. Is it a petroleum thing? It is a petroleum thing. Why is it a petroleum thing? You guys are producing just as fast as you can. And we're probably... Yeah, we're not cracking any. All those guys are going. We are getting plenty of oil. Yep. The actual numbers for the the production did require I think it was double that amount of petroleum. We made it so far with 3 pumps though. I should always trust the numbers. I never trust the numbers. All right, well, we'll worry about that at a later date. Let's go ahead and get this stuff set up here. We need... Oh, we need one more factory. And that can actually be a blue factory now. And actually, it could probably be a gray one. The solar panels just don't... Or, I mean, the satellite factory just doesn't really require a lot. Blue circuits, low-density structures, rocket fuel. Okay, so we got one belt, one belt, one belt. Three belts. That's going to be 1, 2, and 3. I think that will work just fine. So you go there. You go there. And you'll go there. Okay. Let's see. I think I did those with fast inserters because the stack inserters were annoying me for some reason. I don't remember what that reason was. We'll want to send that out to a provider chest, and I want to hook that up where that is not enabled. It's only enabled when the satellite is equal to 0. There's no satellites in that box. All right, so that should get all of that going. And I don't have a spot for radar. I was going to maybe do something like do a requester chest or something like that. But I actually thought it might be better to just grab a stack of 50 of them from the mall. And just toss them in there. Because it's only, is it 1 radar? Oh, it's 5. So 50, that'll give us 10 satellites, which is more than we are ever going to need. All right, so rocket fuel, there's our satellite stuff. We have our satellite. Okay, so that is actually done and ready to go. That'll fill up, and we'll stop pulling this line weird. I'm only getting the one side on both of those. And I think that's all we need. Our plastic/petroleum problem still persists. Pardon my alliteration. And that's going to be potentially a thing. Well, let's just see. Let's just see how much of a thing it's going to be. How is this going to affect me, Kitch, as a person? So we're not getting a full line of red circuits coming down. Greens are looking pretty good. Well, I mean, they could look better, but they're all running. We're producing those at a capacity here. We are getting plastic coming down. The only other thing this would affect, really, would be low-density structures. And that looks pretty full for now, but will it always be? That is a question. I mean, it's pulling from both sides, but this lane is staying still, so I think we're getting enough down there. It's just red circuits. So what is red circuits preventing? Things like mall, things like science, things like robot frames. Blue circuits. But it's not looking bad. Now we are getting some green circuit issues down here with the rocket control units. That's probably because the blue circuits are going to be completely eating everything up. And they are. We're not quite using up a full line of copper here, so let's go ahead and just expand this out a little bit further. Oh, it's all the wooden power poles. Are we in construction robot range? I think we have some construction robots that actually have those kind of power poles. Let's see, can we use upgrade planner for this? If I say those power poles to those power poles, it looks like it would work. And, yeah, what if we just did, like, this whole thing? Yeah, there we go. Did I miss some? No, they're still marked, and that's in robot range. It is. So, are we out of? We're out of them. Okay. That explains that. All right, well, that will up the circuit, or the green circuit production. Let's see. It seems like part of this belt is yellow, too. Yeah, it starts out being yellow right here. And it's not that I mind it so much. It's just let's get the stuff down here. You know what I mean? Oh, that's the end of the line, I believe. All right, well, that's enough band-aiding things for a little while. I think we're going to be fine. If not, then we won't be, right? Okay, so that brings us down here to the end of the line, as it were. We are now producing everything we need in order to get our rocket up and running. You guys will end there. And you guys will end there. All right, so that leaves our items that we need right here for our rocket. And at the end of the bus, right here, we could make a nice little rocket launch facility here, or maybe somewhere else. Maybe somewhere else. I will give that a think. I will go ahead and lay something out, and I will see you in the next episode where we're either going to end up completely upgrading the oil facility and doubling that production somehow, or we may actually end up launching a rocket. We shall see. Well, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.